YouTube, what goes on? And welcome to Disavowed Action Figures, live at 7:05. Face on camera. It's a big day for G.I. Joe collectors. You might be happy, you might be sad, you might be frustrated, you might be confused. I don't know, but whatever you are, we're going to talk about it here tonight. Now, a couple things before we get into it here and start cutting up the G.I. Joe Classified HasLab HISS Tank project reveal today. A couple things. First of all, let me know in the comments, can you hear me okay? You know we had issues in the past. I'm wearing the headphones from the last time we went live at 7:05. That usually solves the issue. If things start to crackle with the audio, let me know. I probably won't be able to fix it. We'll get through it. Secondly, because I am face on camera, I am utilizing, obviously, my laptop right here, and I'm also utilizing my phone to record. We're working on some other options as far as future face on camera content here in the channel, but because I'm doing it that way, I will not be able to highlight your comments on the screen. There'll be about an 8 to 10 second delay until I see a comment pop up on my screen. So if I can't put your comment on the actual camera, on the screen, obviously I'm going to read it. Finally, the other rule is have some water, Gatorade, dare I say, something that is not NA, because we have a new rule. Every time I adjust my hat, you take a sip of your beverage. Now, I'm only kidding, right? However, keep that in mind, because I know that on the Infinity Equation podcast, we had said I fiddle with my hat way too often. So just throwing that out there. So let's see who's in the chat thus far before we start ripping into this G.I. Joe Classified HISS Tank HasLab project that is going to be in effect. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see. Let's start off photos of the house. He already got one. He and I were talking all day about this. He's already all in on picking one of these up. Four Feathers is in the house. What's going on, Four Feathers? How you doing, sir? Who else we got in here? Scott, what's going on, Scott? How you doing? What is up? What is up? James, aka Ratface44. What's going on, man? Mama said, "Pop you out." Still one of the best names in all of social media history. He's in the house. What's going on? Mom said, "Pop you out." Gone Toy Hunting is here. Yo, what's going on, man? And as I said, about a 10-second delay between when you put a comment in and I see a pop up here on my screen. Sorry to be blocking. I'm rocking my Cobra t-shirt in honor of the festivities that are going on today for the HasLab. So very exciting. Now, here's the deal, okay? If you haven't been keeping track of this on either Instagram or on the actual HasLab page, we might hit, I shouldn't say we, because I didn't back this yet. We're going to talk about that, okay? We might hit 8,000 backers. This thing might be backed while we're live tonight. We're going to be live for about maybe 40 minutes. We're already at 7,610 backers on this thing, okay? It needs 8,000 to be backed. But here's the deal, and most of you who backed it already know this. Early bird special, if it's funded before July 6th. So they had said that if it's funded before 11:59 p.m. July 6th, I think that's next Wednesday before midnight, you will get an unlocked bonus figure. So you're already going to be getting basically the driver of the HISS Tank as a pack-in, okay, which we'll talk more about. But the early bird feature is going to be that you will get an additional figure that goes along with this, where you'll actually have the ability to vote on, I think it was 6 or 7 different colors to make that extra figure that color. So that's the big thing, is that if this thing hit 6,000 by that day and time, you'd unlock it basically essentially at first unlock, right? Well, here's the thing. As I said, they are right there already. This literally might hit that number. I'm gonna hit refresh again here on my screen. 7,617. It has to get to 8,000. So that's crazy. Now, I want to know your thoughts. You might want to know mine. I'll share mine as we go through. Again, as people come into the chat, I will try to give you a shout out and a heads up. I'm sorry I can't put your comment on the screen tonight. Patrick's in the house. What's going on, Pack? So good to have the show back. Cheers, my friend. Six Packs and Knickknacks. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Good friend of the channel. Wow, live and in action. That's right, dude. Live and in action. So I'm going to try to do something here, Six Packs. Six Packs, I think I just made you a moderator. You should have a wrench popping up in there, sir, to check out. And also, Pat, I'm going to click on Add Moderator. I think you should get a little wrench thing or something next to your names. You guys being local, I want to have you as moderators more often in the future. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. I'll definitely read them out loud. Lots of things go along with this. So while you put your comments down in the chat, and again, I'm surrounded by all my stuff here. There's my HasLab waiting on Galactus, but the Sentinel's here. So as far as my view goes, I am somewhat interested in backing these things. And I will say this much about my opinion up to this point. At this point, knowing the price point and knowing what potentially could be unlocked and what is currently going to be available, I won't fault anybody for getting this or not getting this. Ultimately, nobody should fault anybody for anything when it comes to collectibles like that. But honestly, at that price, I know it's a little high. We'll talk about why it might be. But if you ordered 5 or you decide to pass, like I might, I totally understand everybody's thoughts on that concept. So looking at some chat here before we start to read through some of the bells and whistles that go along with this thing. Mom said, Bobby out said, I saw you made it to my state for Toy Ohio. We got to get back out here for Columbus Toy Show in August, largest show in the state. Actually, Carver Customs, Brian had said the same thing. Mom said, pop you out. If I come out there, I will give you a heads up, man. Although that's a long drive. 5.5 hours to get to where I was in Girard was a killer, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to rule it out. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Four Feathers says, I'm so on the fence about this HISS tank. When I said the unlocked tiers, I don't feel it's worth the $300 or that you're getting much for it with it. I totally see your point, man. Gone Toy Hunting says, it's so tough not to back this. I'm there, man. I'm with you. I'm torn. I am torn for a lot of reasons. Lacerda says, yeah, I'm going to end up backing it. Gone Toy Hunting says, same Four Feathers. Eric, what's going on, Eric? How you doing, man? Eric says, hey, I would love to back this, but unless it's with remote control, it still isn't worth $300. A lot of people have said that about it not being an RC. And again, I understand that. Lacerda says, LOL, Eric, I just said that. Scott says, I'd so love to, though. Definitely on the fence. It's way worth it, but I wish it was more like 60 range. Gone Toy Hunting says, I don't know. I don't like how they're going to number the figures. That's a big thing, Gone Toy Hunting. I hate to say it. It's a dastardly thing to do, but it's very, very smart on their end to do it. For those completionist collectors, it's very smart to pull them in. That's extra money they make and they get back. I'm not saying I like the idea. I'm not saying I would have done it, but I'm saying it's very smart by Hasbro to do that. I've been throwing my boxes away over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Most of my Joe boxes are long gone, so I'm beyond being a completionist anymore. I've moved on from it. But that's smart marketing on their end, Let's see. Four Feathers says, and again, I'm starting to get the screen. I'm trying to look up as I talk as well, everybody. Four Feathers says, 6-packs William in the house. Joe Barrett, what's going on, Joe? He said he ordered 1. This is my first time on your channel. Hey, Joe, welcome, man. You're here on an interesting night. Usually I don't go face on camera, but there might be some interesting developments coming the next couple of months where it might be on more often, okay? But very welcome to be here, sir. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Make Joe feel welcome, everybody. Lacerda says if it were $200, I'd buy 3. I'm sure other people would agree. Talisek 80, sorry if I said that wrong, after fully back the price, will be decent in value. Yeah, I agree. When they start showing us all the different unlocks and things down the road, it really might balance out. Moms that pop you out says, I've got family in Philly, so yeah, I know how long that drive is. Yes, you do. Cheers to Eric. Victor says, wow, young voice, old guy. Hey, man, I'm not quite 40 yet. It's the beard, I swear. But it's all good. I look mature, right? Thank you for the young voice thing. My mother always said I did have a face for radio, whatever that meant. Gone Toy Hunting says, very sneaky. Trevor McGuire says, it's a lot of money to tie up for over a year and a half. I agree, man. It's a buy-in. It's a big investment. Lucas says, it looks great. I don't know if I'll get it, though. I have a month and a half to decide, definitely. William, $200 is more doable. Agreed. Touch Maverick the 9th time already. And God Toy Hunting says $200 sounds much better. All right, so let's get into what this thing actually is if you aren't aware. Most of you probably already know, so I'm not going to read this line for line. But we talked about the early bird, how that's a big deal, okay? I think we do have to talk about the fact that they screwed up and they posted this on the website last night. So as much props as I gave them for numbering the boxes as a way to pull people in, be a little careful when you're putting the stuff on your website early because you want it to be a surprise. We all pretty much knew it was a HISS tank already, but still, preserve the moment, okay, as best you can. I'm going to refresh one more time. We are currently at 7,661 backers right now. And again, this thing had 47 days to actually fund. It's going to fund tonight at some point. All right, so here's my thing. I think one of the major reasons this thing is so expensive, and he already turned off, I was going to point at him, is the electronics inside. I don't know anything. I have no insider baseball with this stuff. I'm like you guys, I'm just a fan of the product. I feel like all the electronics inside, that really cool Cobra logo that's going to basically project out as a light, the inner lighting, all of the electronics and things inside make this thing expensive. On each side of me here, I do have the 3 3/4 recently re-released HISS tanks. I never opened them. They look in the box. I'm fine with it. They sit on my shelf, right? They're just pieces of plastic in a mold, right? We're talking electronics. We're talking a bigger piece here. This thing's going to be 19 inches long, and it's going to be about 11 inches, just shy of inches tall. So it's going to be relatively big, and you are getting the figure with it, the driver, okay? That's definite. They're going to hit the unlock, so you're already going to be getting that second figure. They're all numbered individual figures, right, for G.I. Joe Classified. Other than that, just throwing it out there, the interior lights in the back will open for like a prisoner hold, I believe they referred to it as. The cockpit's very, very detailed. The whole thing's very detailed. The actual belts, the actual, for lack of a term, better, wheels will actually move. So that will actually work. Rear cargo bays, they're referring to it as. Articulated turret with posable cannon accessories, removable engine cover detail, removable armor plating skirt, extendable cockpit boarding ladders, functional wheels and moving treads. Treads is the word I wanted to use. So again, this thing comes pretty much fully loaded when you stop and you think about it. Now, they did not talk about any unlocks as of yet regarding what else is to come. I think they said there's up to 4, I believe it was. So you might get 4 more unlocks. It could be more figures. It could be, I don't know, maybe other smaller vehicles that incorporate with it. I don't quite know what else it might be. But essentially what they said, it's 8,000 backers to fully fund. That's going to happen tonight. It might happen before we're done. 10,000 backers to unlock the Cobra HISS Upgrade 1. So it's 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, 16,000. Now, keep in mind, just like the Sentinel, this thing is an army builder. People are going to order the maximum of 5. There will be people that buy 5 of these things, just like they did with the Sentinels, whether it's to resell them later, whether it's that, again, army build and have 5 on a shelf. Real estate's my big thing. I'm learning that I'm already starting to sweat where Galactus is going to go back here. It's not a big room, okay? Usually you see the table right in front of me. I might have 9 feet to a window, wall, and then next door to go to the living room. So space, real estate. I use my Sentinel every Sunday on Sentinel Sunday. That's why I started Sentinel Sunday on my Instagram at Disavowed_12. If you're new, please consider following on Instagram, Disavowed_12, and Twitter, which I try to use. But every Sunday, I have enjoyment out of my Sentinel. I use it. I do something with it. I don't know how I'm going to use a G.I. Joe HISS tank. And I promised myself I would stop buying things just based on fear of missing out. I feel like there's going to be a lot of FOMO with this, that I'm very much going to be like, oh, if I don't buy this, I'll be mad. I'm going to be the only guy that doesn't have one. I don't want to spend my money that way. You know, I don't want to invest $325, $30 on something just so I can say, oh, I have that too. It's gorgeous. I love it. As I said to my girlfriend yesterday, we were talking about action figures. I want to be able to say, I'm glad things exist and that they're out there, but I don't need it. Now, I still might buy this. I don't want to paint myself into a corner and be told later on. I will add that Art G, by the way, Art G, happy birthday, sir. He did mention earlier in our toy group that if you are a Hasbro member, website member, you will get free shipping. So that's nice of them to do that, because I don't think they did that with the Sentinel. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Again, I'm trying to get things out there as we go through, as we talk. What we got going on here? So we have Lucas said, are there any stretch goals? I think I covered that, Lucas, right? Fourfeather says, William, 200 is more doable. I agree. David R, hello. David says, I wish they announced the tiered unlocks. David, I think when they hit that number in like the next 45 minutes or whatever, they're going to tell us at least the first 2 unlocks. They might just say, you know what, we got lightning in a bottle here. Keep this in mind. Although these are all Hasbro brands, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Marvel Legends, they still are competitive. You know, everybody wants to beat the other team. It's just how things are, right? So I guarantee you that Joes are like, yo, we want to beat that Estetino. We want to beat that Galactus. Everybody's beating that Reva lightsaber, right? Or the poor Rancor, RIP, right? Force them out for the Rancor. But the thing with that is, they might just say, you know what? Show all the unlocks. Let's go. Let's go. Let it hit. They might just say, show everything that's an unlocked tier. Let's just put the gas pedal down, push the accelerator button, and let people see what they can get if this thing keeps stacking up. So you might see all those unlocks very soon. And as they unlock those, even more and more people are going to jump in on this because they're going to see those extra tiers, and to them it will be worth it. And they'll jump in at that point. Four Feather says, I feel this is a test for Hasbro to see how deep they can get Joe fans to dig into their pockets. I'm not going to lie. I agree, man. And remember, they obviously own this property. They don't own Marvel Legends. So the money they're making on this thing, it's all their money. Remember, they pay the licensing fee to have Marvel Legends. G.I. Joe is their baby. Transformers is their baby. The money they make on this is all their profit. And good for them. That's a good thing. But that's why we should get extra stuff. That's why people were so angry back when Classified first started coming out, and you had not many pack-ins, not a lot of accessories and things like that. People wanted more, and with the Bat and with the Alley Viper and other figures, they're doing that now. So yeah, everything they make is going to be theirs here. Lacerda says, I agree, they should announce tiers. Four Feather says, William Harris, no, it wasn't. They leaked it themselves to bring the hype. That's a good thought. I didn't think about that they did it themselves. Scott says, still waiting the 25 trouble bubbles. Yeah, man, I would love a trouble bubble. $25, I'd buy like 10. Well, not 10, but a lot of them. Mama said, Pop You Out says, I got out Classified, but still admire from afar. I think the Hiss looks great, but happy to not be spending $300. Yeah, man, I agree, and I totally respect the idea that people say, I got to have limits, Attachments for the Hiss, Lacerda, I like that point as well. Greg Miller's in the house. What's going on, Greg? Legends _and_ pops in the house. Tim Bill said that he's going to buy you one. I thought so. Greg, I thought you said you were going to get me one too, pal. Eric says, if you break the price down, it's cost only 10 to 13 Marvel Legends with the price increases. Yeah, those increases have to be considered as well. I agree. Andre says, I'm not backing it, gonna pass on it for me. Andre, I'm kind of feeling the same way, man. Not because it doesn't look amazing, and not because I necessarily think it's overpriced. As I said earlier, it may not have been here, just the scope of it, the size, and I don't know what to do with it. I don't even know what I'll do with it. Who else we got here? Four Feather says, what's up, Greg? Greg says, Tim forgot to tell you that because I backed 2. Yeah, that's awesome. Got the $50 premium. Very cool. Bones, the PhD candidate. What's going on, man? The Ron Rudat inspired figure put me over. Yeah, I didn't mention the Ron Rudat. I did mention that the unlock for the early bird would be an additional figure, but Ron Rudat, G.I. Joe legend, actually is going to do the artwork on the packaging. And I believe that the figures you'll be voting on, the colors will be the different variations he originally came up with for the show that weren't picked for the cartoon. So thank you for mentioning Ron Rudat. I would have been very remiss not to do that. Forfeit says, doing good, buddy. Finally got me a Thor, Ragnarok, and a Mjolnir. Spinny Mjolnir, right? Let's see here. 20 cells a minute. RL's here. What's up, RL? How are you, sir? Joe says, people are speculating that an ASP or MMS will be a tier. That'd be awesome. So again, the more they pack in with this thing, the higher it's going to go, right? I think we're through all the comments up till now. So I don't know. I think we talked about it pretty extensively here. I told you my thoughts on the topic. I think the free shipping is nice for Hasbro members. I don't know. I will not. I guarantee you at this point, I will not be somebody backing it out of the first 8,000 or whatever, 6,000. Because it's going to pass before 8 o'clock. And once 8 o'clock comes tonight, I'm all about AEW. I'm all about seeing some blood and guts with William Regal and his boys. So Lacerda says they're at 7,765 backers right now. So they are piling on. It's going to happen. Part of me wants to keep talking until it does hit, just to say we were all here together. But I don't want to drag along too far tonight since I'm not doing a lot of unboxings and things. While we're talking about G.I. Joe Classified, let's look at G.I. Joe June overall. Couple things. One thing I'd like to add is I think it's cool. Well, I don't know, double-edged sword. I wanted to say I think it's cool that they're shipping a lot of the figures we've been waiting for forever during G.I. Joe June. The problem is they should have shipped a lot sooner. So the fact that they came out during G.I. Joe June is cool, but it's not cool because it should have been a lot earlier. So again, double-edged sword, right? Just like my buddy back here, Storm Shadow. I saw a lot of people were getting Storm Shadow announcements to be shipped. I know that Lacerda got his Cobra officers. I know people have bought on Amazon, me being one of them. The Crocmaster with Fiona. I'm pretty upset. They said mine actually be here this week, and they pushed it back. Kind of mad. What can I do? Not going to cancel because I really want that thing. So those are all shipping, which is good. As far as the other reveals for G.I. Joe June, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to read them out. What have you liked or disliked? I kind of feel like it's been a flat G.I. Joe June. I don't know if it's because we were so spoiled from the Hasbro event last year. They had so many reveals. I know they revealed some new O-ring figures. I know that we saw some other new Cobra figures as well that are popping up out there. So just to take a couple of minutes here while you guys are putting your thoughts together and sharing them. Some other things that they revealed in no uncertain order. They showed us the repainted Snake Eyes and Timber. Pass. Sorry. I have one opened. My G.I. Joe shelf's over here, by the way. And I have one over here. You might be able to see that. Yeah, kind of halfway on camera. That's still on card. So I got 2 for free shipping. I don't need the same thing repainted. Timber looks cool, but Cover Girl, obviously we saw her. You know, she's a must-have, you know, if you're going to try to build out the majority of this team. I mentioned the O-ring announcements. We got the Outback regular version shown. This is where they make mistakes. People are canceling their Target exclusive Outback because they're just saying, I'm going to order the regular one now. Why do I want a repaint, essentially? I get that. I might do it too. In fact, I think I already canceled that Target, to be honest. I think I might have kept, I think I canceled all 3, and then I added, I think, a bat back to it or something, just to have one to see what it looks like compared to the other one. We saw the Duke with the bike. Again, repaint. I'm not going to need that. Completionists, I get it. It's another bike. We got like the giant Transformer G.I. Joe thing going on. Sergeant Slaughter is probably the one I'm most excited about. I have my Bobby Vallis Sarge, the version 1 over here. I freaking love it. Don't get me wrong. The thing is awesome. It's always going to be on my Joe shelf. But man, that Sergeant Slaughter they showed us, and he comes with a little action figure. That's freaking cool. I have that little Snake Eyes, like the mini toys you can buy. I can't think what they're called. World's Smallest, I believe. He's always on my set, on my hands things, right, when I'm over at the toy table. So that's a cool idea, giving that little pack in for Sarge. I'll definitely be picking him up. He supposedly has something to do with San Diego Comic-Con. He's not an exclusive, but they might put him up for order during Comic-Con or something like that in San Diego coming up in a couple of weeks. They showed us some other figures that are in the pipeline, so to speak. We saw a Crimson Bat, I believe, as well. So again, they showed us a lot of stuff. It's just, I don't know. You know, I have my Storm Shadow. I kind of want a couple of him. I'm gonna make a little white ninja army to fight my red ninjas and hand ninjas. Just take off that little decal that he has here with a little bit of chemical, and then we'll leave one with the actual on there. You know, then of course they had the big fumble where they sent out the boxes to all the fans, all the channels, the influencers. I think that's a cool idea, to be honest. I have no problem with what they did there, but I get why people get frustrated, especially when that dude sold one on eBay. That kind of was awful. So I get that as well. Let's see over in the comments. Again, this is about you guys, not about me. So I'm trying to get people's comments out here. Four Feather says this backing climbs up pretty quick. Four Feathers, absolutely, man. Six Packs Knickknacks. How many times have I said absolutely tonight? I've been trying to refrain from it as much as I can. Absolutely. Four Feather says that he's jealous. So, don't worry, man. Your Storm Shadow will get there. It'll get there. We'll get all of our stuff. Spirit, I still want him to with the Eagle Freedom, right? Lacerda says Hasbro is shipping my pre-orders. That's awesome to hear. Lacerda photo. David R says, I wonder if the shipping notifications this week was planned for the HasLab announcement. It could have been, you know, which, again, would you rather get it early? I would, you know, but I get that they tried to do that. RL says, I hope to see Spirit in stores soon. Hey, man, we'll hit at Walmart. I've been checking mine every day. Well, I always check it every day. I might be checking it twice. It's right up the street. It's like a race, and it shouldn't be like that, but we all want to see it first, or at least we all want to see it, right? I'm passing on the Covert Officer. I have so many the Target exclusives with the, you know, the armband. I have quite a few of the infantry troopers. I got, again, space. I don't, maybe one because he is like the officer, right? I don't need the army building officer. Bones, the PhD candidate, says, my favorite reveal was the Stinger, one of my favorites as a kid, but I haven't rebought yet. Very good points there. Greg Miller says, I'm getting 5 Joes tomorrow and 3 X-Men figures tomorrow. Freaking 8 figures. Greg, start opening, man. Greg, what X-Men are you getting in? Is it the Vulcan? I did pick up off camera. It'll be on my hunt the end of this week, next week. I did grab a Vulcan. Do I have him here? Yeah, I do have Vulcan here. So I did get Vulcan already. I was going to pass on the figures and try to buy the Build-A-Figure. Now it's an Easter egg hunt, right? So now I do have Vulcan, which this is the new buck. Let me know in the comments, should I review this? I probably will either way, but I am trying to put more reviews on the channel. I know that it's not what I'm known for, but it's fun and it's another way for me to enjoy my figures. I'm not going to go crazy buying things like, from some factory overseas that do early reviews, but what the heck? It's one more way to enjoy something, right? I also picked up Siren. That was in my Ohio toy video. And just really quickly, I also got in today Quasar. So off topic, we're not really doing hauls tonight, but I had them sitting here. I did get my Walgreens Quasar finally. I got it for like 27 shipped. So a little bit of a premium, but I saw them for much more than that on the shows I was at. Four Feathers says, Greg, sounds to me like you're living the dream. Fiona is amazingly articulated for a crocodile. Dude, I'm so bummed. I thought I had that in hand tomorrow. I will definitely review that crocodile and that Crocmaster. I think it's actually an alligator, believe it or not. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Even though they call him Crocmaster, it's kind of weird, right? G.I. Joe logic. But I don't care if I'm the last person to get my hands on that thing. I will review it on this channel just so I can enjoy my enjoyment of opening it. And then hopefully you guys enjoy it too, That part is about me, I guess. It's about you guys, but me enjoying my stuff. I got to do that too, right? We all should, right? Greg says, not when my wife sees all those boxes. Yeah, but Greg, maybe have them go to your work address, right? Four Feather says, should have ordered from Hasbro. I ordered through GameStop and Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, Big Bad Toy Store, man. I think I'm done with them. I hate to say it. Unless I know something's in stock and they're shipping it, I think I'm done there. Greg says these are all on Amazon. Yes, they are. Lacerda says, every time you say absolutely take a shot. I don't want to kill anybody, Will. Come on, man. Sixpack says current count 6. RL says, I also like the Recondo. Yeah, again, I didn't mention everything. Hey, Alyssa, what's up? Omega Weapon 13 is here. Omega Weapon 13. You got me thinking about those hands, though. I don't know if it was you or if it was Anthony's Customs that said how big the hands were. His hands look freaking huge. Like, he could do the Hulk clap, but he's not the Hulk. So I like the articulation. I don't like the giant hands that he has. It's like Seinfeld, or it's like watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with the creepy uncle with the big hands that he wears, right? If you get that reference, let me know in the comments. I love It's Always Sunny. It's like my favorite all-time show. Greg says Darwin, Maggot, and Wolvie. Very cool. So Wolvie does not have a piece, but Darwin and Maggot do, I believe. I think Maggot's the head. I don't know what Darwin has. Probably a piece of the machine. Arl says, please review him. Okay, one person that wants to see it's good enough for me. Mama said, Papa US says, I found 4 of the Marvel Legend wave. Have Darwin on the way. Just need Maggot and Havoc to finish the wave. Very cool. Mom said, pop you out. I'm going to check my GameStop this week for Sabretooth. I don't want that Sabretooth, man. I'm sorry. I just don't. I understand the look and where it's coming from. I just don't need that on my shelf. So I'll probably keep that Build-A-Figure piece and shuffle that off to somebody for a fair price. Ivan's here. Ivan says less than 150 HISS packers needed. That's crazy. Only 150 left to go. Greg says never expected them to all come at once. Yeah, Greg, imagine Mezco people, man. I have one Mezco on pre-order. I don't really Mezco very often, but I have the John Constantine, the Hellblazer, not Hellraiser, Hellblazer, for like a year and a half now. Actually, I got a buddy of mine one too. He's getting impatient. And I can't imagine what it's going to be like if you have like 8 Mezcos pre-ordered and they all ship at once and you're getting whacked. So that's crazy. Man hands, Greg. There it is. You got it, man. Dark Jokazin is in the house. Dante, you're never late, sir. You're always welcome. You know that. Everybody give the Infinity Equation podcast a follow. Give Dante a follow. They're good dudes. I was on with them a few weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I guess, when I was in Ohio. Sorry again about all the nonsense I had with the issues with the stream, Dante. Oh, we have Mr. Laser Pants. Pew Pew. Ryan, how you doing, sir? 3 POA. Ryan, enjoyed watching the adventures of you and Bobby and the team down at Joe Fest in Atlanta or Georgia. It was in Georgia, not Atlanta, I guess. But one of these years, man, I got to get there. But you guys are killing it. Tony Analog Toys. There's so much good stuff to watch. I realized I watch more YouTube toy shows and hunts and things than like TV shows I pay for anymore, which isn't a problem. I'm just like, think that's awesome that the community supports itself and we all watch and enlighten each other in our hobby that we all enjoy. Omega 13 says maybe Vulcan always had big hands. He might have. He was the third brother, right? Although I know Laser Pants will get this reference. If you're a comic book reader for a long time, like we are, us old guys, remember when they teased that the Atom Extreme guy from the 90s was going to be the third Summers brother? He was like a real like 90s out guy. It was interesting. Go back and reread that. But for a while, they teased who the third brother was, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that story went. RL says that Sabretooth is too tiny. Yeah, man. I have the one from, is it Apocalypse or whatever, the closest one to what it should look like. And even that one seems small. Liz Brand says, yo, Dark Joker's in. Lacerda says, we're down to 120. This is insane. I knew this would freaking get backed, but getting backed, like, when was that last stream on? 11 o'clock, 11 a.m.? Like 8 or 9 hours? What? Good for Hasbro. Let's just hope this is an awesome product that once that August date hits, everybody's happy with what they ordered and they're happy with what they're getting with it. Scott says, still on the hunt for a McFarlane Flash Wave 4. Sixpack says, Marine de Ponderosa trial. Too good. Pew pew, Laser Pants. Remember, Tim, I have Batman 89. Dude, you might be, Greg, you might be 89 by the time Batman 89 ships. I guarantee you'll be watching Keaton reprise the role in Flash before that comes out. I won't guarantee it, but it's a good possibility. For Further says, what's up? Greg says, what's up? What's up? Dark Zin says, no worries. We welcome you with arms. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that. Virtual hug. Andre, Playtime with Andre says, it's already extremely hard getting anything from the Joe line, so why bother getting this? That's why I'm passing on it. If I had everything else, yeah, and that's the other thing. People got frustrated. They canceled pre-orders. They got out. They sold their collections. So, you know, I get it. I get it. I mean, I got frustrated. I'm still very high on it. Honestly, G.I. Joe Classified, it was one of the main reasons my channel grew. Not that it's big, but I mean, obviously it's bigger than I started at. And a lot of that was hunting for classifieds. So it is kind of, it's not quite my bread and butter. That's always going to be Marvel Legends, maybe unfortunately. But it's definitely my 1B G.I. Joe Classified. So I get it, man. That's why I started getting rid of boxes. I was like, I get rid of my boxes. I'm not going to be sucked into needing everything, right? Because you can't have everything. I've said it before. My summer slogan has been stay in my lane when it comes to lines. I saw the Grifter. That'll be my toy hunt this week. I posted on Instagram, Disavowed_12. And I even had a coupon for Grifter. And I couldn't do it. I said, I have like maybe 5 or 6 DC Multiverse. It's only $20, but you know what? That's $20 for something else. You know, when prices are high on everything. So stay in my lane. I'm doing my best. Laserpan says the documentary that Tony released today is amazing. Haven't seen it yet. I will check it out. That's incredible. That might be on tomorrow's list for me to check out. Nurk IRL, what's going on? I love toys as well. I think we all do in this chat. That's incredible. Thanks for being here. Lacerda said over $2 million. Mom said Papillot says, I'm excited. My Loot Crate and Super 7 Chitra are being here tomorrow. That's incredible. 75 away, everybody. We're 75 away. We might hit that while we're here. Omega Weapon 13 says, remember to check your Target $9.99 AEW. Good point. I know Six Packs is looking for those as well. So thank you, Omega Weapon 13. Target $9.99 AEW unrivaled. I don't believe it's unmatched. I scanned Johnny Hungy yesterday, and he was full price. But if you're lucky to find that new series that they're putting out any day now, it's a find. Mega 13 says that deal ends on the 2nd. So 4th of July weekend hunting, everybody. And Greg says, LOL, it's like freaking New Year's Eve tonight. So I do listen to Yes Have Some Toy Anxiety podcast, and they actually did this intentionally. This was accidental. I didn't think we'd hit while we're here, okay? However, they did it for the Ghostbusters, oh, come on, Proton Pack. There it is, Proton Pack. And they literally did this like 2-hour-long stream, I believe, waiting for it to hit, which is incredible. So, yeah, what the heck? We're this close. We might hit while we're here. It's still 22 minutes, still blood and guts over on AEW. So let's double check this. I know you guys are updating me, but I'm just going to go over and clicky here on my own as well. So some things in the pipeline for the channel while we're waiting. I am looking at doing some more face on camera just because I want the channel to continue to grow. I'm always going to keep doing toy hunts. That's mostly what I'm always going to do. But I am kicking around doing some weekly things. I have a couple ideas for alternate shows. They will not be live streams necessarily. We are not back to doing live at 7:05 weekly as of yet. This was just the perfect day to do it. It just lined up. And I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? I've been working on putting my wall together. Let's go live, touch base with everybody here as we head into the 4th of July to the holiday. So we're not back to doing weekly yet. However, always keep an eye on my Instagram, Disavowed_12, and Twitter, to a lesser extent. And obviously, I'll blast stuff out here on the channel. New toy hunts. I got like 3 in the can right now. So I have a new one coming out probably Friday night, like I usually do. Vulcan review. I'm probably filming tomorrow for Vulcan. So that probably means I might try to get it out tomorrow night. I try to do a review, then a toy hunt, a review, then a toy hunt, so that they kind of build on each other. So I would like to get that Vulcan review out. So keep an eye out. I also might review Quasar. I really wanted to review that Fiona and Crocmaster, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen for a couple more weeks. I'm bummed. What are you going to do? 7980 as I hit refresh here. 7986. We are 14 away, everybody. 14 away. Ryan Sweeney. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing, sir? Thanks for being here. Bones, the PhD candidate, says, who would have imagined it would fund this quickly? It's insane, man. We're 14 away. Let's just stay here and we'll celebrate, even though I haven't bought in on it yet, right? I just like to point out that nothing has fallen yet, by the way. I really thought for sure that the Sentinel or Adam Cole Bebe or something here was going to fall during the live stream. We're almost home. Maybe right when we hit the 6,000, everything just comes down, right? Let's see here. Greg says, calling it now. Tim will back one HISS Tank before the end of July. Liquid Courage is a hell of a thing, Greg. It could very well happen, man. Lacerda says it'll probably back tonight. Yeah, I think it's going to back before we're done. We're just about there now. Does the HISS Tank come with Soldier Boy? It does not. If you're referring to Amazon Prime, The Boys, I don't know if you are or not. I don't watch it, but for some reason this season I've been listening to all the recaps. Wow, that's all I can say. Wow. That show does some interesting stuff, and I know it's based on the book for the most part, but I did see an interesting video that I guess who's the ninja dude? Again, Black something or other, I think. I can't think of it. Black Noir. That he's like, well, I don't want to spoil anything. His role in the comic book was much different than I guess it is in the show. So if you read The Boys and you're watching it, let me know, is that good or bad? All right, everybody, we're just about there. Hey, Corey, what's going on? Corey said it's backed. Equan says, congrats, G.I. Joe team. It is backed. G.I. Joe Classified. All the crap that you have taken, your team, Lenny, all the crap you guys have taken, some of it deservedly so, some of it by, how do Archie say it? Karen collectors, right? But congratulations. The sky is the limit now. Seriously. One more hat fix before we get out of here. G.I. Joe Classified, their first ever HasLab, their first vehicle, and I'm sure you know this, G.I. Joe was essentially created to sell vehicles. Not the classified line, but the original 3 3/4, they were meant to sell vehicles. The figures basically brought kids in. The company made money on the crazy vehicles. Sky's the limit here, man. This thing is gonna go. This thing's gonna blow up. What do we think? 20,000? I think we said 18,000 was the highest tier, something like that. I'll check really quickly here. But the highest tier I believe was 16 or 18,000. 16,000 was the highest tier. So the next one is 10,000, then 12,000, 14, and 16,000. If they sell 16,000 of these things, you're gonna get. I mean, I don't know how long these things take to plan. I'm sure they have a few more in line thinking about it already. They're going to go ham with this. I will add, because they have so much of an emphasis on vehicles and we're all nostalgia from our kids, that they have many more options available to them, because if fans like the tank, they'll pay money for other future vehicles. Whereas Marvel Legends, it's a little bit harder. Galactus and the Sentinel were the obvious slam dunk choices. I don't know if I want a Giant Man. We're not here to talk about that, but I don't think I need a Giant Man version. I don't think I'd buy that. So they're kind of, it gets tougher. Maybe what do you call it? Not an Eternal. The big guys. I can't think of their name right off the top of my head. But who knows? But anyways, congratulations, G.I. Joe community, G.I. Joe Classified fans. You backed it in less than like 12 hours easily. So now we have to hope that everybody enjoys their product. we're going to tie it up here, everybody. What a better way to end this than to end it with a getting back tonight. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I hope all your pre-orders come in very shortly. Check your Walmarts. Things are hitting there, which means can't be that far along for Target either. Crazy day being a fan. But thank you for joining me here for Face on Camera. I know it's something new. We'll talk and see how we go forward in the future with it. But with that said, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps us grow the channel tremendously. Hit that little bell for notifications. That way you're told when we post new content here on the channel. YouTube will actually tell you when we post toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below. I know it's a live stream and you've already come and joined me here, but it does help a lot pushing the video out. I'm terrible at leaving a comment after live streams. I get that. I'm sorry. I usually do it after I see it on playback. That helps as well. And of course, hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, check us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. If you're going hunting this week, remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, but most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs. We're out.